Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for OEDO, Cyber City OEDO 808, Episode 3. We've finished 2 episodes of this show. We've focused on 2 of our 3 main characters, which means there's only one boy left to actually focus on, and that is Best Boy Super Spy David Bowie, aka Benten. I'm really looking forward to this. Considering just how well we handled introducing some elements of Goggle's past, and then kind of entrapping him in this crazy test run of this super weapon that they were doing, and just the whole everything about episode 2 was excellent. It was better than the first one, and just from like bare design things and how he's functioned as a character so far, I have a sneaking suspicion that maybe, just maybe, Benton's episode will even one up Goggle's episode. Maybe not equaling the same kind of emotional depths as the death of Sarah, which I thought was really excellently done in episode 2, but I think at the very least we're gonna get some badassery that maybe equals or passes some of the stuff we've already seen. Either way, I'm really enjoying this little 3-episode ride through Cyber City OEDO 808, and I am definitely going to take a closer look at more Kawajiri shows. Having known the name but not being really familiar with the work or the style, I find myself really liking it, and that makes me want to do things like watch Birdie. So we'll see, but we might end up going on a bit of a Kawajiri tear after this. We'll see. I have been given a ton of new recommendations for other things to watch during this slot, and so we're not short on OVAs to watch coming up, but might bump some of the Kawajiri shows up a little bit on that list because this one's really good. And it kind of sucks because I mean, doing this slot, I'm not under any illusion that like these are going to be popular videos on my channel or anything like that, and I really don't care. I'm doing this because I like doing it, and because it's fun, and because it's an interesting way to have like just an endless well of things to watch that are interesting and different and from a different generation and a different era, and it's interesting, it's enjoyable. And then on top of that, there are a number of people who are patrons or active in the Discord and really enjoy this particular type of content. So that's why I'm doing it. But at the same time, gosh, it pains me when I'm watching something as damn good as Cyber City OEDO 808 has been so far, and nobody fucking watches it because like nobody's heard of it and nobody really cares. And I don't exactly have like the user base or the clout to be able to point at stuff and go like, look at this is really cool, and actually get thousands of people to watch it, which is just kind of unfortunate. I don't know what I can do about that, but so be it. Those of you who are watching these videos, thank you, and those of you who are enjoying them, awesome, because I am too. It's been really fun so far. So we are on episode 3 of Cyber City OEDO 808. How will we function? How will we do this? How will we address Benton's story? What is his story? I don't know. How did he become superstar David Bowie? I don't know. Will we find out? But I think this episode will be focused on him, and that excites me. So let's go ahead and dive on in. As usual, I've got the only remaining episode, the 3rd episode of Cyber City OEDO 808 up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. As usual, you can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to do a syncy thing and sync up your own copy of this episode with the timer-based version, you're welcome to do so. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down will be coming at you now. All right, intro as usual. OEDO. OEDO. Did that say Old Japan? I missed that the first time through. Hey, Goggles. Look at that beast. Look at that beast. This is where the OEDO part is. It's not at that beginning lull, it's here. I love that. That little bum 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 bum. I wanna clip that and use it for something. I don't know what though. It feels like it would be a useful cue. Alright, we got rose petals. Ah, okay. Alright, bud. Because it's cool, that's why. Infinite rose petals. Flashback? Totally. And it's at that location? Because he was looking at that weird thing and the shadow of it. Just emerging from the mist. Oh yeah, his whole thing is astrology, right? His first line, and he mentioned it in the second episode as well. Okay, so this isn't a flashback. And that's a strange expression from her. I think I recognize her voice. She sounds like a Gingeiyu Densetsu character. True? Yep. Okay, and she's gone. Did she jump? What was that? Alright, we're going for a very weird, ethereally, atmospheric-y, mystical-y vibe. And that's strange. That was a large thing moving. What's in this building? Mist and fog everywhere. Scaring away the rats. What the fuck? Is it her? Alright, we got another science boy. It's like it's the shadow itself, not something casting it. He's going for a gun in the drawer. Yeah. But that won't help. Either he'll be too slow or a rat. No, he's being... Oh! I think it's her. It is. We can see the hair now. The distinct curly hair. And she's got psionic powers, kind of like the Molkos that we saw. Whoa. Yeah, it's her. And that was vampire-esque. And what's written above him in blood? Vampire-esque again. Oh, wow. Yeah, alright. Well, that confirms it. A password written in blood. Sure, Varsus, for sure. So, what was he working on? They're chemicals. Ah. Okay. They created her, probably. Is it intentional that he has a very chimpanzee-esque face? The guy that we actually saw die? Huh. Assuming it's a he. Alright, how much time do we have? Negative. Yeah. Too easy. It could be her number. It'd be more effective like that. Sure do. It can be. Absolutely. Alright, we got a track. Gives me Art of Noise vibes. Yeah, completely. Okay. Pass. Oh, I see. Have this little blue pill. Big job from some VIP. That's a new word, but it sounds like something. Right, sure. Man, Benton's got connections. It's alright, lady. That's not what I'm here for. So this is the syndicate itself. Watch your step out there. Again, with light on floors, interesting angles, shot framing. It's great. Alright. Clearly they want to die. Oh, I see. Yeah, this dog has a wire cutter thing. Fuck yeah. You might bust a gut regardless. Oh, so you're worthless to me. Damn, Benten, just continuously throwing shade. Okay. And which of you is about to die? Oh. He sees something he doesn't like. He's already out. Oh, hello, woman from my past. No, you get back. Oh. Please tell me more. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Fuck that outfit. That was a cool outfit. That was way too cool for a one-off character introduction and then disappearance. She'll be back. Actually, I'm going to write down, does Kelly come back? Hey, old-timer. Oh. Going to a secret base of some kind. Oh? And you've already... Uh-huh. Ah. Someone he knows. Well, you got me. Yeah. Information broker. Okay. They're amateurs. Probably laundered. Who's that? Prediction, girl from beginning is a relative of Sionji, and he was doing some kind of weird testing on her to either save her from some disease or something like that. I don't know. Or it was an evil ploy. Whatever. It's a cool, weird building. Gives me some kind of vibe, but I don't know what. Oh, Jesus. He's obsessed with eternal youth. Sure you did. And he mentions the fact that he's old. I'm sure you will. Don't end up like me. Okay. Oh. Oh. It's a person. The code of someone. Is that an elevator going up? That's cool. So. The only person it could be, you would have to recognize whoever it is for it to matter. Or it's empty. And he stole the card. Nice. Alright, up further. Jesus. This is more like space tether stuff. Because it's so thin. It wouldn't support weight. But it would support an object in orbit. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, now we're super spying our way into a super secret facility thing. With really nice walls. A little bit of an ominous door slam. Hello, capsules. Where's the one we're looking for? Empty. I'm saying empty or the girl that he recognizes. Empty. And with rose petals everywhere. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Frozen rose petals. And another one is awakening on its own. What? Nope. It's a laser-toothed tiger. It's another one. Well, that's cool. Fuck putting lasers on sharks. Ah, I love the mechanics of his tool. Of his zipline thing. Oh, geez. Dodge it. Oh my god, he fell too. Can he thwip? Can he thwip? He cannot thwip. You fucker. It's Syonji. I need to write down Syonji. Ah, yeah, he caught himself on a thread. Of course. Yeah. But what's really going on? Find anything interesting? Immortal life. But what's the catch? You require human blood. Okay, that explains the psychic powers. That would be in the ballpark. So you need to replace your own blood. Lovely. We got techno vampires, man. And it's well done. Yeah. Oh boy. Ah, Kelly. Does Kelly come back? Yes. So she's trying to make it a fair fight when she had the drop on him? Alright. That's the one. No real response. Alright, I guess we're in a deathmatch now? Can I get one of those hoverboard things? Jesus. Um... Whoa, straight through the heart. That was a cool way to do the two samurai clash. And suddenly it's personal. Interesting angle. Japanese, Mongolian, European. Address, hereditary anemia. And dead in 2008. And there she is, the woman you met. Yeah. Vash? That really looked like Vash the Stampede from behind. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Got her, but vampire, though. She might. Oh, he shot her with a homing beacon! Never mind, brilliant. Good job, Sengoku. Alright, Goggles. You coming up with any kind of results? Ah. Ah, I understand everything now. Oh, okay. What were they working on? A way to kill it. Maybe. A way to stop it? Maybe. Oh, hello again. Ah. And her address would be here. Fuck, Benten. How will you react? Rose's tie-in. So they cryogenically froze you to try and wait for a cure, yeah. It was all taken away from you. But first, can you explain what those 3 researchers were working on that you murdered? Because that could help us a lot. Oh, hi. We were just having a moment. He knows. Of course you do, Benten. Whoa! Whoa! And she got away. He bought her time. Damn, Benten! You could get his head blown off for that. Fuck! You could. Okay. So, now you're on a timer, Benten. The stuff coming up off the wheels there was awesome. Alright. Making up some kind of antidote chemical thing. Alright, Hasagawa. We know he'll do it. So what's the play, Benten? Back to the source. Back to Saionji. Whoosh. Time is not on your side, man. Going up a few hundred stories. It's tight. Jesus, a lot of 100 stories. Oh. Cool. Just gonna rip the door open. Or use psychic powers. That's right. I forgot she had psychic powers for a second. And he's already here. But he's too late. Wow, that's so fucked. Okay. The man who did all this to you. Hell yeah. What if Benten doesn't have to do anything and she self-sacrifices on her own? Whew. Leaping around a few miles above the surface. Jesus! Oregaiku! I don't know, man. I'd rather you didn't fight. But sounds cool, so let's do it. Goggles? Goggles! Alright. He's now dual-wielding baton things. Huh? Ah. Ah. Okay. So we got it right. It is the thing that kills her. Hello. I'm sure you have. You were a means to my end. Didn't matter. It's already real close. Holy fuck. Yeah. Wow. That was... Is he already vampired? Fuck! He's de-aging. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know how that would work, conservation of mass, but okay. And he teleported. Fuck. I bid. Okay. Well, but does this kill the vampire? Does this kill Remy? If... Oh. And that'll just regrow. Yeah, that's what I do. No, you do not. That is some unethical shit. But he views himself as completely above all of that. Ah, that was really cool. And he has... Okay, I see. This is the most bullshit Castlevania boss. Teleports behind you. Stab. Fuck. Oh, of course. Oh! Oh! Alright, what's the play, Benten? You can't hit him. You can't dodge him. What are you gonna do? Oh, okay. Gonna try and run. But we kind of trapped ourselves at the top of this giant space elevator place. Fuck! Motherfucking vampire who cast Farstep gets to teleport as a bonus action every round. Motherfucker. Alright, there's our ticket home, right? That's the plane. Or the shuttle thing. But that's not where we are. We set a trap. So what's the trap, Benten? Oh. Oh, we're gonna space ya! Enjoy your cold immortality, cars. Oh, he's popping! Cause the vacuum. Ugh! Brutal! How strong are his regenerative abilities? Will they work when he's in deep freeze? As a mangled mess of gloop? Probably. Motherfuck. He can teleport them all. Okay, spacing him doesn't work. I'm out of ideas. You gotta drive the thing into his heart. But how? Wow, that's so cool. Uh-huh. Even the light of the stars. Benten with the one-liners over and over. Just killing it. Oh, it fires the thing! Nice. It's a ballistic knife. He's still up. It's not fast enough. I've won. I have not won. I'm melting. Oh, back into his aged flesh. Ah. Say goodbye to your immortality, monster. Nicely done, Benten. God, that's awful looking. No thank you. He's just like self-mummified. Ugh. Oh, she's still alive! Yes. Yeah, you have to. Your head will explode if you don't kill her. He's gonna freeze her instead? But doing that will effectively stop her brain function. Oh, he spaced her inside the capsule. Adrift like starlight. Yeah. Yeah. Bookend with the conversation. Yeah. Look at those lashes. What the hell? But unseen. And it's a victory, but a tragedy. Wow. Keiko Shinohara. We got a name. What? I've still got a minute. Okay. Not listed on Mal. Remy. Emi Shinohara. They translated it wrong. I was wondering why I couldn't find her. Alright, we're good. Bonk. Founder, Emi Shinohara. So this is the voice of Remy, which I found really familiar, and I thought might be a Ginga Densetsu character. Legend. Nope. Nope, not a Ginga Densetsu character. Do I recognize her from anywhere? She's Misuzu Misaka. Okay. Interesting. Somebody in Tenchi Muyo, which I haven't seen. Somebody in Shigurui, who I don't recognize. Yoko Mizuno in Maria Samagami Teru, which I haven't seen. Somebody in one of the Lupons. She's Mari in Hajime no Ippo. That is the first character that I've really recognized her from. Okay. I do not know this voice actress, but I thought I did. Okay, that's fine. She did a good job. Doesn't really change anything. I was just kind of thinking that she would be somebody. All right. And then Kaneto Shiozawa as Benten did a great job. His sort of soft, somber delivery was excellent throughout this episode, putting us in his headspace and sort of helping along with some great music choices to carry the emotional flow of the episode. It's Kaneto Shiozawa. I recognize his face. I don't recognize his name, but I've seen the photo of him. And he is no longer with us, which is unfortunate. May he rest in peace. But what else were you in? Were you in anything super awesome? I mean, you probably were. Oh, right, he's Oberstein. That's right, he's the Ginga Eiyu Densetsu boy. He's Oberstein himself. That's it. Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know. We'll stop looking things up there and turn our attention to actually talking about this episode. I don't know if this one beats out episode 2 for me as far as like getting me to really care about a character and like them and stuff like that. I don't know. Benten's got style going for him for sure over Goggles, but I feel like the climax for Goggles' fight with the Molko system was just so cool and leaned so hard into so many different rule of cool things that it was just really good. And then the characterization moments that he got with Sarah and being unable to save her were really wonderful, and I think put that episode a little bit above this one in my books. But to address this episode on its own merits, we start off with a really odd, ethereal sequence that almost feels like a dream itself, where he's letting loose this almost endless flow of rose petals for reasons that aren't really apparent to us at this point in the story, and won't become apparent until the end. And I think, I'm not sure, okay, yeah, I think that what we're supposed to gather from this is that this Benten here is post end of episode, right? So he has done all the thing. Wait, actually, you know what? He doesn't have any scars, any like his leg isn't bleeding. He does have that scratch on his face though, but that's always there, isn't it? Is that there in this scene? It's not. It's not. Oh, the details, yo. Yeah. He's got a scar on his cheek where the bullet grazed him. Okay, so this moment where we get this fuzzy into his eyes, right? He gazes at something that we can't see, something out in the middle distance, reminisces about the moment where he actually met this woman. But all of that is taking place after the end of the actual events of the episode, because he's got the scar on his face. And it's not the same day because he's gotten a new suit and he's not bleeding from his leg. But there's the cut. That's the scar that he gets. Oh, that's good. Okay, so we start off with this ethereal, dreamlike sequence that we cannot understand and are not going to understand until all the pieces click into place. And the reason is because he's kind of there mourning her loss. He's doing the equivalent of scattering her ashes in her memory. He's letting these flower petals fly over the city and reminiscing. He's a stoic character who doesn't express his emotions much but feels deeply. We learn all of that about him. We just don't know it yet. Whoa. Okay. But on one night, one fateful evening, he meets this woman who is beautiful, but strange and ethereal and weird. More so than he could even imagine. And they talk naturally in a strange way. She matches his oddness and doesn't question it. She just continues along with the flow of it. Besides, the stars warn of great danger. You can read all of that from the alignment of the stars. And in this short conversation, we capture time and eternity and the just wrestling with the idea of it. And we don't even know that we're talking to someone who has been against her will made immortal. Dark and lonely journey, eternal. But everything comes to an end. And then we're back. And she's gone. Wow. And then the events of the night start. The shadow begins attacking. This is really cool. This whole introductory sequence is really all that we get. Like, the moments with Kelly don't give us a lot of deep characterization or real understanding of Benten's character. He remains stoic and kind of goal-driven. So that's really the only moment that we really get. That in the end where he kisses her and sends her off. Wow. Okay, so the pretty classic horror thing with the shadow going everywhere is, I think, wonderfully executed and pretty genuinely scary. It's pretty cool, revealing our villain to us, as well as showing the I guess the breadcrumb trail that will lead our protagonists to the actual villain. We get code. The introduction of information that we're going to need but don't have the context for is really well handled, I think, and it's pretty wonderful. So, David Bowie versus vampires. The story begins. And this is the third kill. Off we go. Going solo. And yeah, unlike Sengoku, who kind of jokes about it, Benten takes this seriously. Vampires of legend were tragic creatures. It's an unfortunate circumstance and a terrible place to be. It's a curse. He's thinking about it in somber terms, the kind of terms that you would need to be able to understand something like a vampire, which he eventually does. Both to stop one and to save one, kind of. I really love the way we montage sort of through these different contacts of his in the underworld. Like, clearly Benten has a lot of connections and a lot of people out there who know him and willingly or not are going to give up information that he needs to find his way. He's got his connections, and that's pretty cool. But we also get to sort of jump around and play detective with Benten, getting only the pieces of information that he needs, and not getting bogged down in like the names or characterization of these people that he's talking to. They're just a means to an end for Benten. He's just trying to get this info, and we only get the info. We don't need to see him beat this guy to a pulp or anything. It's easy peasy. Just through it and through it and through it. All the way up to the bows. I really like this scene as well. Again, the framing, and I mentioned it during the reaction, but I'll mention it again. The framing of doorways with light coming through, blue light everywhere. It's really nice. And then these fucking scumbags bite off way more than they could chew. I was really expecting, because we held this shot for a while, as they're burning it. We held this shot for a while. I was expecting him to like cackle, and then get like sliced. All holding the same scene, and then we cut away to like his body falling apart or something. But no, Benten actually doesn't murder all of them, although he would be justified in doing so. He just cuts off one of their arms and lets it go. At which point we meet Kelly, the female Terminator character, who is a part of this story for some reason. I really don't think she serves much of a purpose here. I mean, she's kind of hot, I guess, and her outfit is really dope. I really like her outfit. The whole collar thing that she's got going on with the single button in the center is nice, and the super tight leather one pant leg thing that she's got going on is pretty nice. It's a pretty cool outfit. She's neat, but she also doesn't fucking matter at all. Like, what is the point of having her in the story except to fill a few minutes? I don't really know. Um, she's a connection from his past, but she doesn't function in any way to like. Oh, uh, I was about to say she doesn't function in any way to make this a really personal endeavor the same way that Sarah did for Goggles, but I guess she kind of does. Because she's sent to kill him, he's forced to kill her, something that he doesn't want to do, but is willing to do because it's his head or hers, right? It's dog eat dog, what are you gonna do? But the fact that he was forced into that situation where he had to kill her is something that he can hold as a grudge against Saionji. But it's really not necessary because there's plenty of other things that Saionji's doing that are fucked. So, like, I don't know. It's fine. Like, okay, if the worst criticism that I have about a 40-minute episode of an anime is that one particular character who takes up maybe 3 or 4 minutes of screen time doesn't serve a massive purpose in the overall scheme of the story, that's that's pretty good. If that's the worst thing that I can find in this episode, that's pretty good. That's all right. And she still has a cool outfit and design, and we get a pretty neat action sequence from it that kind of pays homage to classic samurai fights, with the we pass each other and then one of us drops dead. Yeah, all right, sure. I don't have a problem with that. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so we meet this old timer, kind of like it looks like he's a oh, what do you call him? Looks like a prospector. That's what he makes me think of, with the bushy beard and the teeth and. But he is a hacker man, and we blackmail him a little bit, find some info, find some data, get on the move, and we find ourselves this building, and eventually get ourselves an audience with Saionji, who bullshits its way through it. Oh, I was just helping people out. Sure you were. Sure you were, you fucking bastard. No, no. You were trying to get the immortality, and we called it. I think about it this scene. Need to get some rest. And he just continues talking about being old and how being old sucks and how he wants to live a long life. Yeah, alright. Cool. Can I also mention that I fucking love Benten's jacket thing with like the one slashed tail that goes on the back. It goes to his right, and then on the front as well. But it sort of binds with that belt and is tucked out. It's a really cool outfit. It's fucking baller. With the turtleneck and the like sports coat thing that has like flair to it. Oh, it's dope. All right, so I like this, the fact that we've got a tethered, uh, elevator accessible space station essentially in near Earth orbit is lovely and makes a ton of sense, and I like it a lot because that's how you do it. That's how you make it done. It reduces the cost of actually shuttling things up and down a lot. Like a lot. Rocket fuel is expensive, yo. All right, so we see some cryo-frozen people, and we come up to the pod itself, at which point there are two real possibilities here. One is that this was Raimi's pod and she has been awoken from it. The other is that somehow she has some connection to the person who is currently stored in this pod and wants to get information about that out. But we open it up, we find the rose petals inside, and it's Raimi's pod. Wait, but if that's Remy's pod... Oh wait, no, never mind. Why I was gonna say why is it here when it's already been ejected into space, but that hasn't happened yet because timeline. Okay, and then we need an action sequence, so we have saber-tooth laser tigers come out of the cryopods and fight him. No, this doesn't make sense, but But, in my personal opinion, they're saber-toothed laser tigers, so I'll forgive it. It's a really cool idea. Of course there would be bioengineered guard animal cyborg monsters here. Of course there would. Of course. It's all a trap. So he gets knocked away, and we see our real villain for the second time. But of course he has a thwip thing, so he thwips, and he's fine. So, pick up some more info, all the crew gets involved to some extent, and Kelly shows up for reasons? I mean, she's been hired to kill him. He doesn't want to die. He shoots her through the heart. Yeah, okay, so the whole point of it is so that we get this level of emotion from Benten. I hate you, Saionji. You're actually the villain here, and you made me kill somebody that I'm familiar with. That it seems I was a coworker with in some dirty line of work. We don't know what, but probably something undergroundy and awful. Well, given that she's currently working as a hit person for unscrupulous customers, he probably was too, and that would explain some of his fighting ability and sneaking ability. And the fact that he's Super Spy David Bowie, yeah, coming from a hitman background makes sense there. Okay, so we get all this info, admitted to cryogenic facilities, and died in 2808. Really looks like Vash the Stampede from the back. Again, we have really cool framing stuff going on with deep black as the shadows and walking out into the light, which is pretty fucking dope, if I do say so myself. And a tracker gets planted. And we have another conversation where he reveals he knows exactly who she was and why she's coming to this spot where her home once was. Must like roses. Wow. Happy dreams. And then nightmares. And then Sengoku shows up to screw everything up. Gets himself pummeled a little bit. Pharsis reports them because he's a robot. What else is he gonna do? And suddenly we're on the clock. Alright, I want to see the sparks out from the vehicle. Yeah. Yeah, look at those. Those are cool. It's the little things, man. Never stop loving the little things. Fuck yeah. Alright, time ticks away. Back to the facility we go. Race against the clock and your partners who are also on their way to eliminate her. And possibly you. And now she is driven by the hatred of all the other test subjects they weigh upon her. Alright, and we do this again until Goggles is like, go get him, pal, or I'll kill you myself. And provides him with the weapon that he needs to actually kill her, or kill him. Then we get this sequence, which we choose to have the pointed Gothic-y arches, which I think is a really smart decision here, because just the fact of the pointed Gothic-y vaulted arches, that's what they're called, the vaulted ceilings, gives us a Gothic cathedral-y Transylvanian feel. It grounds us in vampire fiction in an interesting way, and I think it's really cool to do that, because it's not vampire stuff, right? It's super sci-fi virus stuff, but giving them the background that would associate with vampire stuff makes it feel a little bit more vampire-y, and that's really cool. We have this whole conversation, and she flares her anger. But the experiment was a success, and is only taking place right now for dramatic reasons. That's it, just for dramatic reasons. Now, I think this particular scene, is an homage to a particular Dracula movie. I don't know which one, because I'm not that familiar with monster movies in general. I'm probably more familiar with Japanese horror movies than I am with Western horror films, but that's another story. I think this is a reference to something. Just like Vampire Man in big black coat holding woman against oversized moon in front of vaulted arch just rings a bell in the back of my head, and I don't know why. But we get pretty classic with it. The dark vampire thing going, and yeah, it's pretty dope. And he arrives, and we know that's going to regenerate. Oh boy. I do want to see the regeneration again. Because, you know, there are a few things that are always animated in interesting ways, and are like one of those opportunities for key animators to really show their shit. Some, you know, explosions, big punches. How are you going to stylize a big hit? How are you going to stylize a big explosion? Effects animation can do it. Background animation is one of those big things where, like, you have to have an incredible level of skill and patience and talent to make it work. And I think that amongst all of those, and water effects and liquid effects are another really difficult thing to do. Certain kinds of mechanical things moving are another really interesting and difficult thing. Just because they look so weird if you don't get them consistently right. I think of, like, bits and pieces moving on the Avas and how consistent they are from frame to frame with, like, bolts and things, where normally in modern anime you would end up just CGing it because it's so much faster and so much more straightforward. But I think that among those things where key animators get a chance to shine, one of them is gore reforging. Like, people exploding is one thing, and people getting sliced up and their guts falling out is another thing. But people regenerating, or creatures regenerating, is like a subcategory of types and forms of animation that has its own, like, canon of how those things should look and what they're gonna look like and be. I think just because fucking what? Ah! Coronavirus emergency alerts that you can't turn off. Thanks. Apparently there are 11 confirmed cases in my town now. Yay! Well, I'm not leaving here. So, I guess gonna keep on washing my hands and staying relatively socially isolated. I'll see what parts of that I can cut out and make sure that it's not too crazy loud. But anyway, I was on a tear about regeneration and reforming parts, because it's a thing that appears so frequently, and I think it appears more frequently in these 80s 90s OVAs. Almost everyone that we've watched has had some element of regeneration, or at least the mecha gore of Bubblegum Crisis. But it's its own type of thing, and there are some animators who really excel at it, and this is a really good cut of it. And I went on that whole tear because this is a really good cut of it. Look at that. You can see his musculature reforming and the skin regrowing over it. And ugh, it's gross. And then he just fades out of existence and starts teleporting around, being a fucking asshole. So yeah, we really can't handle that. We run, and we pull the oldest trick in the book. Lead the blood trail inside. He shows up, follows the bloodstains, but Benten backtracked over the same blood trail, right? And went outside and spaces him. And then we get another amazing sequence where he flies out into space and starts exploding because of the loss of pressure, which I'm not sure is technically accurate, but we get an exploding vampire, and that's pretty cool. And then we get a reforming vampire. Ugh. I don't even know what those are. They're just goobly guts. And they're all floating in. And then once more, we get the reconstruction of a human skeleton. The bones falling into place. Wow. You see how, like, the fingertips have already started to reform and the skin is, like, folding in over top of them and encompassing them? Whoa. like the muscle fibers and strands, each one is moving in and forming into where it's supposed to be. And then skin is like piecemeal appearing over it. Whoa! That's so cool. Alright, so he gets nicked by that bullet, which is important. I will live forever. Hell no, everything in this universe ends. Except for one thing, your crimes are eternal. Fuck yeah, Benten. Just nailing the one-liners throughout this episode. Does the dive, does the unexpected ballistic knife thing. Awesome. And mummified and ultra-aged. So she begs for her life. For her death, I should say. He hesitates before pushing the button, and gains a sadness to his eyes, as he knows that's the end. And he spaces her. Like starlight. We repeat the whole conversation. Dark and lonely journey. Alongside the starlight. Thematically powerful beginning and end. Interesting detective work. Pretty nail-biting-y climax. And a fucking fantastic, again, thematically relevant conclusion. That's pretty damn close to perfect in my book. That was a pretty good episode. This whole thing has been great. Genuinely, surprisingly really good. I think I'm gonna go rate Cyber City OEDO 808 a 9 out of 10. I don't know if it might deserve a 10. Because it's real good. But I don't know. I don't want to jump to it to a 10 immediately. I'm gonna go give it a 9 out of 10. Because I know that it deserves that at least. Because it knocked my socks off with how good it actually was. It's all three parts have been pretty well written, have told coherent, concise stories that have been interesting and engaging all the way through, have had really good direction, animation, cool fights when they choose to fight, cool ideas built into the world and events within it, cool characters who are likable and relatable and interesting despite being extremely different from anyone that any of us have probably ever met. Great character designs, cool use of color, solid music. Yeah, it's at least a 9. It might be a 10. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I'll think on it. I'll think on it. Let me know what you thought of Cyber City OEDO 808. I really liked it. I hope you did too. Unfortunately, it's over, so we'll have to watch something else next week. I don't know what yet, but I'll decide probably Monday morning, and we'll find out. So, me Teeaboo, this Cyber City OEDO 808. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we watch something completely different. See you there. Peace.